Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Altiplano. Altiplano is a 2 to 5 player game that's been put out by Renegade Game Studios. I really like everything that comes from them as a general rule. It's been suggested that this is a gateway-ish game, maybe the next step up. And look, you know what? I can see what people mean by that. The problem I've got with Altiplano is the player count. I have played this a number of times as a 2-player game, and I really enjoyed it as a 2-player game, and it's worked really well. I had a game a week or so back that used all 5 players, and it was overkill. It just kind of kept trudging along. I think this should be a maximum 4-player count game, unless, and please hear me on the unless there is 5 players at the table who all know the game really well. I don't think this is a game that should be taught to 4 other players, plus the player playing, who don't really know the game. I think that we're asking for disaster in that case. The game took far too long with 5 players, and it was just, there's a lot of downtime when there shouldn't really be. This game should work really quickly, where you make a move or you make a trade, there's the next person's turn. Make a move, next person's trade, all the way around the table, and you just keep going around. Once you're out of stuff that you can do, you're sitting out and waiting for the rest to do their thing. You can see where the problem comes in straight away, can't you? But if people are getting to their turn and then stopping and going, okay, now what do I want to do? That's where you're going to get into trouble. This game requires people to think ahead and know exactly what their plan is, because it's very rare for what someone else to do to get in the way of your plan. There are things that can be purchased. That's one thing that will get into the way of your plan. But I think that's it. From memory, that's all I can think of, other than possibly people taking the last card out of a deck, which means you're not going to be able to get it, or the last chit out of a spot that's not able to get it. What we're talking about is bag building. Yes, this is a bag building game. It's similar in terms of bag building to Orleans, where you take chits, put them in the bag, pull out a certain number. They're the ones you're going to get to use. Once you place them, then you can, on the next turn around, you can take more, leaving those ones in their place. That's really similar to Orleans. It plays a lot cleaner, a lot quicker than Orleans. I still think Orleans is a better game, personally, but it's, you know, there is that similarity between the two games that people will make. I really like Altiplano as a smaller player count game. I think it plays really quickly, really easily, really straightforward, with enough going on for you to think, oh, I need this, but I need that, and I need to do that, and I need to do that. There's a lot of thinking involved in it, but not a heap of thinking involved in it. Because in the reality, you're only going to be able to do things on the place where you're standing and things in one other place until you upgrade your stuff, and you might be able to go to extra spots depending on what you've chosen to put onto your own player board. This is a game that was out last year, 2018, and I think it's a nice little game. It's a worthwhile game. I fear that with a higher player count, it just plays too long. With a small player count, it plays relatively quickly, and it sits nicely on the table, and you'll be able to move on to other stuff once you've played it. There is an expansion for it called The Traveller. I do have the expansion. I have not played with the expansion, but I've played quite a few games of Altiplano itself without that extra detail in there. If you're someone who likes Orleans or likes bag building, this is worth a try. It's worth a shot. It's a relatively simple game. There's a little bit of looking at the board and going, okay, I can see how to get these things, but how do I get that? How do I get that? How do I get that? The answer is in those cards that can be purchased if it's not already on your board, so your starting board. Everyone starts with a slightly different piece right at the beginning, and that can give you different things, different resources to use and to build up with. Go ahead and watch my gameplay and Gamesplanation of Altiplano to see if you like it, see if it's your type of game, to get your head around the rules. It's relatively simple, so it shouldn't take too long. But have a look at it, see what you think. If you have played it and you don't agree with my summation of the player count, then please comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your experience is. If you have any games that you'd like to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.